What's going on, you guys? This is Cooked Vegetables back in here with another podcast for you people, man. How is everybody doing? I hope you're doing absolutely amazing wherever you happen to be in the world. The title of today's podcast is going to be The Women in Your Life Are Like a Mirror of Your Current State. In my sexually debased years prior to adopting sexual purity, I saw women only as objects of sexual desire. Now that I look back on it, the lion's share of my interactions with women were conducted with an undertone of angling for sexual intimacy. As embarrassing as it is to say, I didn't even really see most women as human, more like a collection of holes with which I could satisfy animalistic lust. No wonder I had such a difficult time getting genuine affection from women of quality. I don't blame them, because no one worth their salt should willingly open themselves up to another who doesn't value their humanity. As a Kuma, I took my inability to attract and keep quality women as rejection. As the rejections piled up, my anger grew towards women. I went through a long red pill rage phase during which I loudly bashed women at every opportunity. I was convinced that they were all callous, calculating demons whose sole purpose was to drain men while providing nothing in return. The truth is that while I was wasting time bashing women and complaining about their behavior, I wasn't taking any responsibility for my own part in the situations I kept finding myself in. As the years rolled on, I fell deeper into the mental rut of blaming others, which was leading nowhere but to the pits of despair. I kept falling down the pits of despair until I adopted masculine purity as a lifestyle. I stopped eating junk. I stopped masturbating. I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped having pointless casual sex. Now please note that I wasn't able to stop all of my vices abruptly. The truth is that it took me multiple years of consistent effort to gradually wean myself off all the terrible devices that were draining and derailing my life. As many of you can already guess, the purer I became, the kinder and more respectful the women around me became. The difficult and annoying women in my past gradually found their way out of my life to be replaced by women that were a lot kinder, smarter, and more agreeable. For a long time, I just chalked this up to semen retention benefits. With the benefit of more study and experience, however, I have developed a theory which explains why this change in female behavior happens as you become a purer man. You see, dear brothers, women serve as a very powerful set of mirrors to us men. They can't really help but do that because it is their natural design. When I was a Kuma, the women around me would constantly disrespect me and try all manner of outrageous schemes to try to get me in trouble. This understandably used to get me really angry when I lacked wisdom. It seemed unfair and downright evil at the time, which seems true on the surface. However, what was really going on from an energetic perspective is that these women were really just reflecting my energetically drained inner state back to me. They were metaphorically saying, "Your tank of life force is unnecessarily low, Brother Cooked, and we will keep on harassing you until you learn to intelligently manage it." I am pretty sure that a lot of these women didn't even know why they were so motivated to come after me. They were simply working off of instinct. This is actually part of God's design. We men lead, and women help us by acting up when we are out of alignment with the divine. Another good example of women acting out of line when we men are lost is the current epidemic of whoredom in the modern world. A lot of men complain about the promiscuity of modern women, but the truth is that they are all simply reflecting the lack of sexual control of most men at this current time in 2025 AD. After all, women cannot be promiscuous without the men to be promiscuous with. I don't say all of this to absolve women of all responsibility, but to encourage men to lead the way out of the current debaucherous mess we find ourselves in. As more men clean up our sexual act, women will have no choice but to fall in line. The women who benefit from whoredom and promiscuity may complain and loudly protest at first, but they will eventually have to fall in line or perish. So, my dear brothers, the next time a woman acts badly towards you, try to think first before you let anger take over. Sometimes she is simply just a bad woman like a Jezebel or Delilah, who you should simply delete from your life and never look back. On most other occasions, though, she is simply acting as a mirror that is reflecting back a part of your life or character that you need to improve. Don't let women make you angry or depressed. Rather, it is much wiser to use their antics as fuel to make you a better man. Till next time, my brothers. Godspeed. Remain blessed. Brother Cooked.